Hey there everybody, Phil here for AndroidCentral.com, and I have a confession to make. I have a soft spot in my heart for Palm, and I want to take a look at the Palm Pre here next to the Evo 4G, and look how much larger the Evo is. It's huge, right? Alright, now it's a 4.3 inch screen, so it's going to make anything look small, but oh my gosh, how about that? Alright, so let's get them both turned on here. Come on, there we go. And there you see the basic unlocks. Now see, as soon as I get one on, the other turns off. You have the basic unlock screens, right? And since you swipe down to open it up in webOS, you just drag that little dot wherever you want to go. So there are some home screens, right? Notifications are kind of the big two things in Android and webOS, and I still think webOS might well do it better than Android, right? You got your notifications down there in the bottom right, whereas Android, you have a little window shade you pull down from the top. I like them both a lot, and I think they're both pretty good. I think webOS might do it a little better. Now here we see the cards in webOS. This is how it handles multitasking, and again, I think it does it better than anybody. Here's how you switch between apps in Android. You just hold down home, right? With webOS, you have the cards. Flip through them and tap on the one you want. If you want to get rid of an app, you just flick the card away. It's so simple, it's a little ridiculous. Now on Android, you don't really have to manage memory quite the same you do on the Pre. The Pre is pretty easy to run out quick, especially the early versions. The Pre Plus and Pixie Plus made it a little better. But I really do love switching apps on webOS. It's just so simple. Now you don't have quite the same home screen experience, and obviously the Evo doesn't have a keyboard. Look at that, when you open the keyboard up on the Pre, it's actually taller than the Evo, so that's interesting. Here's a look at the thickness. The Pre definitely wins out there, at least as far as which one's thicker. There are the connections, right? We know them on the Evo, the HDMI and the micro USB. The micro USB on the Pre is on the side, and you got to open up a little door to get to it. I'm not crazy about that. Oh, see, there's a notification just popped up on the Pre there at the bottom, and then you just tap it to open it up. It takes a second. Come on, there we go. Yep, and then let's open the keyboard up and give that a little shot. There's typing, right? Obviously, typing on a keyboard, on a physical keyboard, is a lot different and generally better than an on-screen keyboard. But the Evo is just so darn big, right? The on-screen keyboard really is easy for me to use with this. It's not as big as like something like the iPad, but it's certainly bigger than, say, the HTC Incredible. This is a really nice size, and I'm typing really, really well on it, which for me is new. And anybody who's seen these videos where I try to type before, let's take a look. There's the 8 megapixel camera on the Evo and a 3 megapixel camera on the Pre, so the Evo wins out there. The Evo has dual flashes, whereas the Pre has one. Top of the phone's pretty similar. Both have headphone jacks and power buttons, right? So again, there are the cards. I love the cards. Don't confuse those with Leap on the left on Evo there. That just switches between home screens and not actually apps. I'm having a hard time flicking my cards away, so you can tell I'm not a full-time webOS user. All right, well, there's an interesting look at both of them, and it's going to be a tough decision on Sprint. See you later.